welcome to Take DFS podcast. I am your host, CK013. You can find me on Twitter at CK_013. And I am joined once again by one of Take's finest DFS analysts, Mr. CashinDFS. You can find him on Twitter at CashinDFS. Cash, my man, how you doing tonight?
My motherfucking feet stink. Stink like my FanDuel lineup stink.
You said your feet stink?
I just took my boots off, my goddamn feet stink. Yeah. I can smell them from here.
Nice.
My FanDuel lineup stunk too.
Yeah. Yeah, it was, it was not a Giannis day. Giannis had a chance.
Yeah, no, it was not.
It was not. He had it. I had him at
not a Damian Lillard day either.
Nah, yeah. But anytime that I can get Giannis at 30% on a 4-game slate, I will take that chance every time. And this is one of the, rare occasions, I think, where it just didn't work out. And with that said, Giannis, I love you, but a big F you for not hooking me up tonight, not coming through. Shout out to CJ McCollum, who went ham today. Did you see what McCollum did today? Just went bananas. He couldn't miss a shot.
I ain't watched.
See, the reason Giannis didn't get there, one of the reasons, is because Portland couldn't, though McCollum and even Evan Turner, some of these guys, they wouldn't miss. There was no rebounds to go around. They just weren't missing. It was just...
Yeah, maybe I should have played Middleton and McCollum instead of Booker's old pussy.
Yep, he also pussied out. And that was a reality check for pace, I think. I did have a game stack of that game. I did 3 lineups. One of them was a game stack of that game with Giannis. Go figure. That was obviously not one of my better ones, but I think very different from last year. Last year, these were 2 of the fastest teams in the league. They were going at an extremely fast pace, and this year we've noticed that the paces have been down, and that's what we saw. We saw a low-ish scoring game for those 2 type of teams. Yeah, not everybody's going to be terribly efficient. They're not 2 of the best teams out there by any means. So. But yeah, the pace is real. They're playing slower, and there's less possessions to go around. And somebody got to keep an eye on, man. I really thought once Warren
shouldn't matter.
Yeah, I agreed. If their efficiency was higher, and especially once
Booker,
Warren was out of the starting lineup. Once they said Warren wasn't starting, I was like, okay, Booker should eat. And
yeah, he should have 7-8 assists because he handles the rock so much.
Yeah,
and he should score points. What?
You know who had a pretty good game? Cannonball had a pretty good game. I think he put up 28, 26, something like that. At 3-8 on DraftKings. He had a pretty good little game for us.
The McCollum situation, it's always if one of him or Dame is usually going to have a big game.
Yeah.
Nurkic can, but he doesn't get enough minutes.
Yeah.
But usually, one of them 2 guards is going to have a big game, no matter who else has a big game.
Yeah.
So, usually it's going to be Dame, but sometimes it'll be McCollum, and Dame will let him do his thing if he's on. So.
Right. It was wild. He just couldn't miss. And when that happens, that's the thing about Dame and McCollum. When one of them is hot, the other one, especially if the other one's not, he will just feed the other guy. Like that person will just feed the other one. Be like, you know what, you're hot, just keep going. And they did that with McCollum. And at the end of the game, closing the game, every possession, they just gave it to McCollum and everybody just got it out the way. They were like, let him do something, let him do anything. Him and Evan Turner were just taking turns. It was just, it's what it was. But he was extremely low owned.
Yeah.
Which is...
So was Dame.
Right. That game in general, I guess the late swap thing, or all these late scratches for getting to people or something, because the ownerships were pretty low in that game in general. Nurk was under 30%, even Nurk was the highest at 30%, but yeah. I
was scared of the game and the total because both defenses are really good.
Right.
But I still I just thought it was gonna be super competitive, and it was my favorite game, no doubt about that. It was definitely my favorite game, and it was not the right way to go.
And it was competitive. I know it ended in a blowout, but it was pretty close to the very end. Most of the starters played. Giannis got pulled with 4 minutes left, which to me, it was I think a 12-point game, and they pulled Giannis with 4 minutes left, and they left Middleton and Bledsoe in. And in my head, I'm just thinking like, you just gave up the game. Like you just took out the best player on the court. You're just like, McCollum is not missing. We're not winning, guys. Like we'll try, we'll keep trying, but we're not gonna win. He did play 37 minutes already, but yeah. Anyway, moving on. Giannis let me down today, bro. 30% though on a 4-game slate. I'll take that every time. I will. It's like there was so much value.
Yeah, well, I got like every point in my lineup was
right.
dead on. Like
right.
Lynn outscored Dame.
Yeah.
Like Huter or whatever, that pissed me off too.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought that he might start, but when the lineup, like the other day, it was hilarious. When Boban might started, and we was on a call together, and Boban was announced in as the starter.
Yeah.
You was happy. I was fuming pissed because I knew it raises ownership. And the same with this kid.
Yeah.
Like they announced at like 6:15 that he was going to start. I'm like, he's going to be super chalk on FanDuel because he's a punt.
Right.
He's 3'6". He's going to start. Everybody's going to throw him in. The kid was super high on. He went for damn near 30.
Yeah, he was high on DraftKings.
I don't. Yeah, it was min price there. I think it was 3 or 3-1.
Like 3, yeah, something like that. 3-3.
Yeah, that pisses me off. I would rather not have the lineup. I mean, I know most people would, but I'm not playing cash, so yeah. I want to guess. I want to guess that the kid's going to play. I want to guess that Boban's going to play, and not have 56% ownership and get half that or whatever.
Right.
Whatever.
No, I get
it. It is what it is.
I get it, man. I get it. That was very funny. I was like, Boban's in. I was all excited, and you were like, motherfucker.
Yeah, they announced like 11 minutes before lock. I'm like, oh, no.
Yes, yeah. No, I hear you, man. I hear you. I like to know. Like, I get it, getting them low on, but like, I like to know. I mean, you know what I'm saying? There's just too many of this bullshit the NBA plays, man. Too much. I'm still not over the fucking Hazonia thing, man. Like I think Giannis could have got me over it, and he didn't. And now, Giannis, you got some making up to do, bro. You got some serious.
Well, the Knicks are back on this slate.
The Knicks are back on this slate.
We'll see if Hardaway is available, but not available.
Fuck you, Fizdale. That's all I had to say, man. You're a player's coach. Like, get the NBA players like you. DFS players do not. You suck. You pulled this shit in Memphis too. Pulling these bullshit ass games, not telling us who's playing what, doing bullshit rotations, positionless basketball.
I mean, to say a player is available and then 15 minutes after lock, before the game starts, he's available, but he's going to sit and watch.
Yeah,
it's just not available.
Yeah, not optimal. Not an optimal strategy for us anyway.
No, not for us. I mean, on DK. It was fine because they announced 15 minutes before the game started. You can go do whatever you need to do. But on FanDuel,
right,
I was screwed.
Yeah. Well, no, he said like on DraftKings. See, it was actually like on FanDuel, like when they gave the TH.
I mean,
when they gave the.
I heard it. I saw it at like 7:12 or 7:15 that he wasn't gonna play.
Oh, did you? I didn't see it that early. I saw it like after it was like way too late, saying that. And then also here's the other thing is they said Knox was available to play, and he was. He played 4 minutes. You know, it's just like there was just too many too many misleading things. Like, be straightforward. You know what I'm saying? Like, Knox is gonna be on a coach's decision minutes limit. Tim Hardaway Jr. is not really gonna play. Give us some. A 4. You know, he's gonna play late. Or you could just make a fucking tweet. Less than 4. The less than sign. You know what I'm saying? That would have been good enough. But anyway, let's move on, man. Now you get me all pissed off. Get me all pissed off at Fizdale. We gotta talk about the Knicks. They're playing the Hawks, so it's a spot we want to look at. Russell Westbrook headlines point guards on this slate. However, Russell Westbrook, I do believe, is not expected to play against Cleveland, which is a nut matchup. Yes, he won't play against Cleveland, which is going to put some other guys in play. There's also another important injury in that game that we'll get to at power forward, but Sam Decker's going to be out for 2 to 4 weeks, so we have an opening there in that game. Anyway, moving on from Westbrook, tell me what you see at point guards down around the 5K marker. What stands out to you the most?
Kyle Lowry, if if Kawhi is going to be out again, I think he's probably going to play today, unless they just are like, oh, we can win this game without him. But I think he's going to be healthy enough to play if they need him. But if he doesn't play, Kyle Lowry he just doesn't get under 40 fantasy points. And he's playing Sacramento in Sacramento. Nice up-paced game against De'Aaron Fox that has no chance of stopping him. I think he could go ballistic if Kawhi's out. If Kawhi's in, he probably can't do that, but he's probably going to get you value because he just doesn't go for under 40 these days. The trade to get DeRozan out of there and Kawhi in there, first of all, it made him a better team, and it made DeRozan I love DeRozan in San Antonio. I love Toronto. I think they're the best team in the East. With Kawhi, I love the trade on both sides. I think it was one of the best trades in NBA history for both teams. I love the trade. I'll just say that. The next guy for me would be Trae Young, just because I don't play Jamal Murray, especially coming off a 48-point game. No, sir. I'll pass on that. But Trae Young against New York, with Prince out, the kid has major upside. They suck. So, I mean, they could get blown out even by the sorry-ass Knicks, and he could play 30 minutes. But he could also play 30 minutes and go for 50 if he's on. So, he has major upside, but he could go out and get a 25 and kill your lineup. I'm pretty sure I've seen Mitchell is going to play tomorrow, so I probably won't go to Rubio. TSJ's a no. Going Dragic against San Antonio. Probably don't want to do that. Alfred is out. That's probably it. I mean, you go Ben Simmons, but I don't like to attack Indiana. They're really good defensively. But Ben Simmons is Ben Simmons. He can do his thing.
Yeah. No, I agree. Lowry's the first guy for me, too. 8-9 on DraftKings. Sacramento, terrible defensive team. One of the fastest teams in the league. They're well rested too, so if there was ever a situation where they would be competitive with a team like Toronto, it'd probably be this one. Toronto's been on a road trip, I believe. I think anyway. Either way, I know Sacramento.
Yeah, they've been out there.
They've been out there. And then Sacramento, they were on a road trip. Then they had like 2 days off, played one game, and they've been off for 3 days now. So they're nice and rested. They've played like one game over the last 5-6 days, so they're nice and rested here. And they're at home, so as long as I think the game's going to be competitive, I would prefer Kawhi to be out to make it a little more competitive. I'm a little concerned, obviously, that if Kawhi is in, maybe it won't be so competitive. But if Kawhi is out, Lowry is just an outstanding play. 8-9, still under 9K. He's like, I think he's leading the league in assists or something like that. He's close. He is, like, as far as like average assists per game. He's been playing phenomenally, man. And you're absolutely right. Like DeRozan, more of an ISO player, right? Like he's taken away a lot of usage away. He's taken away a lot of assists. Whereas everybody else he's surrounded with, Ibaka, and like Kawhi also, you know, he could play that way, but he doesn't have to. He could play another way as well. Like it's like Lowry's just working really well. Even when Kawhi plays, he's getting double-digit assists in almost every game. It's just he's really facilitating out there. It's great.
He's a great cash play if Kawhi plays. But if Kawhi misses, he could go get 60 or more in this matchup.
He can go.
So that makes him a great tournament play.
He was on his way to do it against Utah too. It's just Utah sucked and they ended up like getting blown out. But he was on his way. Like he was, if the game if he would have gotten his full minutes, he was about to do the same thing on the next night to Utah. So he could do some things.
He's one of the best floors in NBA right now.
Yes. Definitely love Kyle Lowry. After that, you mentioned Jamal Murray. I'm with you. I don't want to chase that 60-point game, but I do kind of like Mike Conley on the other side of that game. I don't love picking on Denver, but I do believe that that's where you want to attack is at point guard when Jamal Murray is the point guard. And I know he didn't look so hot against Golden State, but overall, Conley's usage has looked really good this year. He's played really well. 7-3 is more of a tournament price for him, I would agree, I would think, but I think he's got a pretty good spot to hit somewhere in the 40, especially with Jokic and Gasol battling out down low. I think he's got the clearest path on his team, as long as they put Jamal Murray on him. Whoever Jamal Murray guards. If they decide to put Gary Harris on him, that could change things up, and whoever the number 2 is at the time for Memphis is going to eat at that point. But Jamal Murray's the guy I'd like to attack there. You know, it's a shame, bro. We got Goran Dragic on the slate, which means Miami's on the slate, and we don't have a true point guard for San Antonio to take against him. You know, it's not like you can take a chance. You know,
I don't know.
You can take a chance at a couple
That's
guys.
the point guard I like for them.
Yeah. Oh boy, we'll get into that, I'm sure. But the other guy I'll mention here, De'Aaron Fox. He's just doing great things. He looks really, really good. He's showing a pretty good floor. Against Milwaukee, they got blown out. Still put up 32 DraftKings points in only 26 minutes. You know, I think at 6'3", De'Aaron Fox is definitely in play. Take us down to Value Town Cash. Talk to me. Talk to me about this value guy from the Spurs that you're looking at. I'm assuming it's a value guy.
I stopped at 6. I didn't stop at 5. But
it's all good.
Reggie Jackson. Reggie Jackson is playing Orlando. I despise this guy, but he is coming out. He's had 2 big games in his last 3. It's just, you just never know. Like, I hate playing guys that I think suck, first and foremost. Secondly, a guy that you just don't know the minutes. If he's not playing well, he's not going to play over 30. If he's playing well, he's probably going to get over 30. I just love every point guard against the Magic. I mean, it's just simple. DJ Augustine is terrible. He's terrible. And as long as they want to play DJ Augustine for around 30 minutes, I expect every point guard to just dominate him. Until the day they put in Grant and let DJ Augustine go sit on the bench where he should be, the point guards are going to dominate the Magic. I'm probably not going to play him at 6K. I'm just saying, this guy could go for 40, no doubt about that. Rondo and Ball, one of them probably has a big game against Minnesota. I do really like Tyus Jones as a defender, though. But in this game, I would expect one of them to have a game. But I like Derrick Rose over both of them for sure. Old Mr. Jimmy Butler just gets to decide when he wants to play. And he's broken up about the last law, so I don't think he's going to play. I love the little blurb on his name. It's freaking hilarious. Okay, whatever. Let me not get into that. Jimmy Butler gets to decide when he's going to play. I don't know if he's going to play today. If he doesn't, Derrick Rose, play that. Shelvin Mack is a guy that I would rather play over, what's his name? Conley. Shelvin Mack,
playing well.
whenever they will play together, and whenever he's on the court with Conley, you best believe Murray will be guarding Shelvin Mack. And dude could get 30 minutes. Dude could get you a 30 plus at 5'2". He could go. He's damn near got a 40 this year. 5'2". I like the game time decision on his name. I mean, he's probable. It'll probably be announced before a lot he's going to play. He is going to play. He's 5'2". I like that. I like that a lot. Because the guy is playing really, really well, and he's playing a lot of minutes. Him and Conley will be on the court together. But Patty Mills. I'm going to take a shot on Patty Mills today. He's averaged 30 minutes the last 2 games. Go back to Dallas, he got 34. You put Patty Mills on the court for 30-plus minutes at 4-6 against Miami, who's just getting dominated by point guards, and you also take Rudy Gay off the court. You also take Pau Gasol off the court. So that's second-team usage, and Rudy Gay plays with he's a starter. He plays as a starter. Patty Mills will play with the starters. He'll play with the bench. I just need 30 minutes. At 4-6, I like that a ton. I like that a lot. Tyus Jones, he's going to play. I love the matchup against the Lakers. He could go out and get 6 steals. Like, that's how he gets his upside, is with steals. But he could also get a 15, especially if Jimmy Butler does play. But he's worth a shot in tournaments if you're playing multiple teams, for sure. My dude Moutier, they didn't move this price. He's 3.8 against Atlanta. Yes, sir. Dude played some nice minutes last game. I like Moutier because he can do it all on the court. He's better than both other point guards that they have, in my opinion. And he can do it all. He can fill up a stat sheet. So at 3.8, you best believe you can bet your ass I'll be pumped with that. Jeremy Lin, same way. I can pump with that too at 3.8. Jeremy Lin outscored Damian Lillard today. That's all you need to know. He's 3.8. He's playing the Knicks. You can sign me up for that. Man, there's a ton of point guards today. Forbes on FanDuel, he's also 3.8. He's been losing the minutes lately to Patty Mills, but if he's playing well, he could be okay in this matchup as well. But give me Moutier. Like I would not play Forbes over Moutier in any circumstance.
Yeah, man, definitely a lot to look at in Value Town at the point guard position. Make a great point with Shelvin Mack. Still only 4.6 on DraftKings, and that is just too cheap for what he's been doing. I think he's on like 5 games over 25 DraftKings points in a row, some shit like that. He's been playing really, really well. And yes, he is going to play some with Conley, and I would imagine that he would be the one drawing Murray, which is what we're looking for. So I could definitely buy into that. You make a good point with Patty Mills. I figured he was the guy. I know he's been playing well. Let me ask you a question though. Like one of the things with Miami, yes, they've been giving up actual points as well, but the biggest thing I think that I've noticed in a trend as far as when point guards do damage against them, it seems to be like the assist numbers also go up, right? Like Trae Young, when he went for 56 against Miami, he did shoot 9 for 19, so he shot well, took a lot of shots, he scored 24 actual points, but he had 15 assists that game. I'm even looking at Fox, a guy that's not really consistently getting a ton of assists, I don't believe. And when he played Miami, he got 8 assists. So it's like, it seems like guys are getting towards the higher tier of assists. And I feel like, I want to say that DeRozan is one of the main assist leaders. He seems to be the one facilitating.
He is.
Right?
I mean, but I don't get Dragic on DeRozan. If I did, oh my God!
Right.
I love DeRozan. I love DeRozan today as well. But right. if DeRozan played point guard, yeah, he'd be the best player on the slate. He'd be number 1 player on the slate.
He kind of is, right? Like that's like his role.
I mean,
for this team.
No, but he's not going to be guarded by the point guard.
Of course not. He's going to draw a tough matchup. He's going to draw a tough matchup. But what I'm saying is like there's right, yes, which is not a good matchup. But there seems to be like you facilitate somebody's getting beat somewhere, and like the assists are really what's contributing, I think, to a lot of these high scores. So just something to consider. You know what I mean? Like something to consider. Like and that could mean that all of a sudden Patty Mills goes from 2 or 3 assists to all of a sudden getting 6. So I'm not saying that we can't look at Mills 3-8.
He got 7 against New Orleans.
You can do it. You can do it. So maybe in the right matchup, he'll fill his role. Either way, definitely want to attack Miami with guards, man. That's just point guards against Miami has just been a really awesome thing so far this year, and it's kind of come out of nowhere. But I'm going with it. It's been too good.
I mean, Dragic is getting old.
Yeah, yep. And the dude plays so hard.
I mean, he plays nonstop too. Like he plays all year long. Like once NBA's over, he plays overseas. Like the guy never stops.
Yep, absolutely. Move us over to shooting guards, Cash. What do you see above 5K over there?
DeRozan. I love DeRozan. I mean, like I already said, Rudy Gay is already ruled out. Foul doesn't affect him really because he doesn't play a lot of minutes with Powell, but he does play with Rudy Gay, and Rudy Gay will do his thing. Like he's not some young player that's gonna bow down to DeRozan. Rudy Gay is gonna do his thing, but DeRozan is a freaking baller. He's not just scoring points. The rebounds are way up. The assists are beautiful. His assists have been down the last couple of games. I mean, they blew out Phoenix, which that sucked. Dude got a 40 in 27 minutes. I love that. I know they can go get me 60, but I don't love the matchup. Like I respect Josh Richardson as a defender for sure, but the guy's playing really well, and you take Rudy out the court, it just puts the ball in his hands even more. Zach LaVine, I absolutely adore the matchup against New Orleans. This game should, if Chicago can keep it close, yeah. But he is 9K now. Like people have chased that 41 real point game where he almost got 60 FanDuel points. At 9K, I mean his usage is through the roof, but I see him more getting value, not 60. Like I think he can go get you a 45, no problem, but I'm not looking for value necessarily. I'm looking for what he did last game, and he was, I think, 8-4. Now he's 9K, so I don't love that. Victor Oladipo against Philadelphia. I love guys against Philadelphia, so I do like that. Drew Holiday continues to ball. I mean, he's just balling every night. He's 8'8". Don't necessarily love that, but Chicago is really bad. He can definitely go out and do his thing. I think Victor Oladipo has the highest upside of any of these guys, but all four of those are really nice plays. All four are very expensive on FanDuel. I would love to say Tim Hardaway Jr., but who knows if he's available or unavailable or whatever he is. Dennis Schroeder, no Westbrook. I've been playing him like the last, 3-4 games with Westbrook because he was down at 5'5", playing 30 minutes. Dennis Schroeder will be very popular on FanDuel at 6'4", and he should be very popular. Cleveland is awful defense. Just awful. Gotta love Dennis Schroeder. He's probably the best play above 6K on FanDuel. Price considered.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. No arguments there. You mentioned DeRozan, obviously a good tournament spot. I would play him in game stacks, but from a point per dollar perspective, it looks like there could be other plays. I will say you mentioned the usage bump that DeRozan should receive with Rudy Gay out, who has already been ruled out. That's definitely going to help, but he is pretty expensive. But I think DeRozan is a nice tournament play. Oladipo, 8-7. For $500 cheaper, great spot right against Philly. We're going to want him to hit his shots for sure in this game, but he shot 50% against Houston. If he can give us another one of those performances at home against Philly, a team that should pace him up pretty good and doesn't really defend, guards of his caliber very well, this could be a really interesting game for a guy like Oladipo. Holiday's been balling, man. 8-6 on DraftKings, expensive. With AD, without AD, doesn't matter. He's balling. It seems to be Elf. Like, it seems all the early beats that matter. If Elf is out, he's going to ball. Problem is, he's expensive, and they're home against Chicago. So you still have, some concerns there, man. There's definitely some concerns. You're going to need this game to stay close. And, everybody's in a good spot. It's not just him. He's in a good spot. Mirotic is in a good spot. AD's in a good spot. Randall, when he comes in off the bench, is in a great spot. Everybody. Etuan Moore is in a fucking good spot. So that's going to be a concern for guys at these prices. Levine, I'm not too crazy about paying 8-5 in a worse matchup. Last time it was against the Knicks. Nobody there to stop him. Double OT. Now he's going to get you Holiday defense most likely. That worries me a little bit. Hardaway Jr., if he plays, this is a revenge spot. 7-8's expensive. We'll find out. If he does play, I'm going to have some interest. And I'm sure he'd love to stick it to Atlanta. He had a little cup of coffee down there before he came back to the Knicks, got his fat contract.
I mean, all you got to do is when you get, if you're playing him, just be real slick with it and just give him an elbow to the back and he'll go right to the bench.
That's it. Just give him a little rubbing. That's
yeah,
all.
just
little rubbing.
Just give him a little elbow to the back.
That's it. On DraftKings,
hey man, if he's out there dominating you, don't you just hit him in the back? So he's got to leave.
I'm with it, man. Hell yeah. I mean, I wouldn't even have to actually hit him. I would just poke into him real good. You know what I mean? Right with the point. Just poke into him real good. Little nudge. That's gonna be good enough. And then Schroeder, like you said, he's shooting guard eligible as well on DraftKings. 6'9", kind of expensive, but Cleveland has been awful defensively everywhere, especially against point guards. And we don't know for sure, but either Channing Frye is going to start or they're finally going to do something with Larry Nance. It's one or the other because Decker's out. So if Larry Nance does play, we'll get a chance to see if he is going to help his team or not. Maybe the game stays more competitive, and they are without Russ. Obviously, PG's in a great spot. We'll talk about him, PG-13. But, Schroeder is going to be very popular. He's 6'9" on DraftKings. I kind of like that they raised his price just so it's not so much of a lock. If they left him at 5'9", it's automatic. Now he's 6'9".
I mean, he's 6'4", right? So he's pretty much automatic.
On FanDuel, yes. They didn't really raise his price enough considering. On DraftKings, I think they did a pretty good job because now it's he's still in play in tournaments, but in cash, you're paying something.
Yeah, they could have put him... They could have put him at 7'2", 7'3".
Yeah.
And he still would have been a good player.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. But he's definitely on the radar for sure. I would imagine Buddy Hield is going to be a popular option tomorrow, man. He's just been playing extremely well. So I do expect some ownership to be high on Mr. Hield against Toronto. Probably, see some Danny Green defense.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. This is not the ideal situation for a guy like Buddy Hield. Good defensive teams are not a situation that you want Buddy Hield in. I would have to agree with you there.
7-7. What's his price there?
He's not that high
On
over here.
DK.
He's 6 something. What was he? 6'5". He's 6'5" over here.
Oh my God, 7-7. That's insane.
Yes, it is. Also, we're gonna have to keep an eye and see if Taurean Prince plays or not. That could also have some impact here in this next game with Bazemore. Obviously, we know Bazemore usage will go up with Prince out. So will Trae Young. So a couple things we have to monitor there. But Bazemore at 5'7" could be interesting if Prince misses again. Aside from that, Cash, take me down to Value Town. What do you see on there?
Bazemore 6-7.
Okay, yeah.
FanDuel's pricing is just more sharp on almost every player.
Yeah.
Not
Schroeder.
not Schroeder, obviously, but most guys. Like FanDuel is just doing a better job. I mean, I got to hand it to them when credit's due. I think DK is a much better site, but when FanDuel does it right, and they're doing it right in football too. DK continues to price guys down. It pisses me off. FanDuel actually has it right. Like Gurley was so low on this week because he's so crazy ass expensive. Mahomes, like they price up the quarterbacks. Freaking DK, you just fit whatever. Okay, well, let's not talk about NFL. I don't know, man. Like Justin Holiday is decent for value. It never gets upside. Dwayne Wade or Magruder, they're both the same price. I think I would pick Magruder. Just how well the kids been playing, but I don't love that. Danny Green, I do like at 5K. I would rather Kawhi be out. I would rather him be at home. He's been playing better at home, but that's decent. Terrence Ross, 4.8. If Isaac is out again, I like him. I mean, he kind of didn't do what I wanted him to do last game, but he did get the minutes. It's really all that matters. I mean, he's going to play. If Isaac's out, he's going to play 30 minutes. He's 4.8. The guy can catch fire. He has had a 50-point game in his life, so yeah. Jordan Clarkson, I wish. Just what are they doing? They're trying to lose in Cleveland. Like, I think that they're happy that Love got hurt. They want to lose every game. Marco Bellinelli is my favorite option under 5K right now. Marco Bellinelli has just been pretty much lock and load because he's been under 3K. He's been under 4K. He's been like 3A every day on FanDuel. He's going out getting 24s every day. So that's a perfect punt. Now he's 4-4. He should play more with Gay out. He could play the 3. He could play the 2. DeRozan could play the 3 or 2 or whichever. I mean, it just raises minute floor up a little bit. Josh Hart is 4-3. Josh Hart has been playing some minutes. I like Josh Hart at 4-3 because I know he has major upside at that price. Trier, if Hardaway is out again, that's a good play. Abrinas is probably gonna play more. Man, he's been playing 30 minutes. Abrinas at 3.8, that's a nice play with Westbrook out. And if the game does happen to blow out because Cleveland sucks donkey balls, he'll be on the court for the blowout. And that's probably it. Oh, Huter again. If Prince is out, you go there. That guy's going to be chalky as hell. I'm already chalky as hell today. But I like that at 3.6. That kid can play. He's better than Bazemore. You're on mute.
Yeah, you look good. He did look good.
He's better than Bazemore. I think Bazemore sucks.
Yeah, I'm not a big Bazemore guy. That's definitely not a preference thing. I mean, I'll do what the numbers tell me to do, but it's never a preference of mine to play that guy.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
He's a good play right now, but
yeah,
damn, I hate guys that go get a 9 and stand there and do absolutely nothing and be proud of it.
Yeah,
like, he'll come on Twitter like, "Yep,
yeah,
I'm proud I stood there and did absolutely freaking nothing."
I would rather have the guy that is having a bad day, but keep trying. He just keeps going at it. He's trying, even if he sucks.
And he's pissed.
Yeah, he's pissed
for having a bad day.
And
this
he's going
guy
nuts.
gives a shit.
Yeah, you don't care.
He'll crack a bottle and just chill.
Agreed.
All good.
Agreed. Yeah, compared to up top, shooting guard is definitely weaker on the bottom end. Luckily on DraftKings, you have a lot of point guard eligible people you could play here if you need the value. Patty Mills is shooting guard eligible. Jeremy Lin is also shooting guard eligible. There's like you can cop it out, and then of course there's Huter who's 3-4. They raised him to 3-4. DraftKings did. That's what they did. Raised him to 3-4 against the Knicks. Seems like another pretty good spot for him.
What's his Shump on?
Shump is cheap, I believe. Yeah, Shump is 3-5 against Toronto.
I mean, I don't mind.
Yeah, it's a really good price for Shump.
If he plays well, I mean, he's still a little injured, but if he plays well, he get 30 minutes.
Yeah, absolutely.
He already put up damn 50 on OKC.
Absolutely. And I can tell you right now, they're going to need some defender on either Lowry or somebody. You know what I mean? Like they're going to need somebody because Shumpert is one of the few guys that actually plays defense.
He's the best defender on the team.
Without a doubt. Yeah, without a doubt. So there's some interesting options, especially like the guy you mentioned, Huter. Right, is that how you say his name? How do you say his name?
I think it's Huter.
Yeah, the Hawks guy. You guys know what we're talking about.
I want to call him Cooter.
We can call him Cooter. That's cool, me. You know, one other guy I'll mention here, and like I'm not trying to point chase. Like I know that he shot extremely well from the field, and that's why he had the game he had. But George Hill at 4K is worth a looks. Not because of the game he's coming off of, but because if you look at the usage with Decker off, his usage is up a little bit. So I think if Nance starts, then scratch that because I expect Nance to kind of step in and fill the role. But if Fry starts, I don't expect Fry to just become this usage monster on the first unit. So I think that a guy like George Hill, veteran like him, may step it up a little bit against Schroeder, right? It's going to be Schroeder. So he's going to have a pretty good matchup, you know.
I think that's a very, very, very good point. Because he did it against the Magic. So I don't think it's point chasing because he did do it against the Magic.
Right.
There's a reason he did it against the Magic because DJ Augustine is awful.
Yeah.
But Schroeder is no better.
Right.
Schroeder is not a better defender than DJ Augustine. They're both awful.
Right. And Decker did play 14 minutes. That's it. He got hurt in that game. So he only played 14 minutes. Which makes sense with the raise in usage if he was out there and he just lost him. And curious to see what they did in that game. But yeah, no, I'm with you. If the matchup's right and there's nobody on the first unit to take the usage away, then yeah, he's going to do it. I mean, he's a guy that used to have balls, George Hill. He used to have balls and play with them every day. And all of a sudden, he just said...
He was in Indiana.
Right.
Yeah, when he had his hair bleached.
Yeah, and he just said, I'm just going to be complacent and, just stop being a beast.
I like the bleached hair, George Hill.
I know. I don't know what this guy is. I don't know what this guy is.
I think that's a good pivot. Like, he's around guys that, like, Derrick Rose should be more popular. Shelvin Mack, I mean, people have to understand how good this man is playing right now. Mm. And he's sandwiched right in between them on FanDuel, so right. I like that.
Yeah. Moving over to small forwards, Cash, what do you see above 5K?
I mean, LeBron James. LeBron James is... He's whatever. He's LeBron James. He's 11-2. He's facing Minnesota. If Butler's not there, it's even better. But I'm not scared of any defense on LeBron James. He's just 11-2. If you want to pay for that, he's always a good play. But on this team, he could go out and get a 40, and they could be all right with that. Paul George, buddy, I loved you. I loved playing you on FanDuel at that super high price and a very low ownership. He's probably a better player on DK than FanDuel. He's 10-2. I mean, I'm probably going to stay away. I played him at like 8% or might even lower, and I didn't get rewarded because it just didn't work out. Freaking Griffin fouled out, and Terminator hurt his ankle. How much is he on DK, Paul George?
9-1.
He's 9-1. I mean, he's a good play. I expect him to be popular, but I don't know, man. I want to fade it and just hope that Cleveland can not turn the ball over and he gets 4 steals and just doesn't go off. Like, he's 10-2. He's got to go get a 60 for me to be pissed. He gets a 55, I'm cool with it. I can make that up. If he goes and gets a 60, then I'm a little upset because I expect him to be popular. Miratic. I wish this game was in Chicago. We have revenge here. And I also wish Bobby Portis was playing because then we'd have some real revenge. Like, we got Scene Red revenge where he wants to murder him. Literally, he wants to murder this guy. So, it's good. It's 8-4. I mean, the guy continues to put up 40s. He has 50-point upside plus. So, I don't mind it at all. Jabari Parker sucks balls. The Alicia is coming back down to earth, finally. Wiggins is a nice play if Butler is out. He's 6'4". He just sucks. So, I mean, it's hard for him to go get a 40, but you want a 30, you can play that and maybe get you 35. I hope Joe Ingles sits. That would be beautiful, please, because give me all the Crowder all day, every day. Love that. If Whiteside is out, I do like Winslow because he's going to start at power forward, which I love. I love to get a guy close to the basket. The Magician, Magician. He's a magician, so I don't worry about him ever. But I love Jay Crowder.
Are you talking about
if Ingles is out?
Are you talking about power forwards right now?
Nope. Talking about small forward.
They got the Magician as small forward?
No, I'm saying Winslow would be on the Magician to start the game.
Yes.
And I don't worry about the Magician ever.
I thought okay. Keep going.
But that's it. Barnes. They lowered his price because I guess he's playing Utah. It was a 4-game slate too. He's only 5-1. Kind of like that. I wish I would have left him on the team today. Bashard put up 43. Oh my god. I mean, that's okay. He's gonna play huge minutes. But I think Mitchell is going to be back. I don't know. I mean, whatever. I'd rather play Jay Crowder if Ingles is out.
Yeah. Jay Crowder definitely. He's been more aggressive with Utah this year. He's coming off an awful game, but he was aggressive. It was, the usage was there. He just played like dog shit, and he's done well before that. He was due for a bad game. Paul George, definitely going to be, I think, a popular option. 9-1. DraftKings did get his price up there. I mean, he's already like 8-8, so it's not that much of an increase considering there's no Westbrook. But no Westbrook against Cleveland, one of the worst defensive teams in the league. Seems like a pretty good spot for a guy like PG-13. Should be very popular. Mirotic at 8-3. Definitely seems expensive, except for the fact that it is the Chicago Bulls. And a situation that did not go very well for Mirotic. He was not happy. He wanted more playtime, didn't get it. Getting dogged on a regular basis. And then on top of that, he got his jaw broken.
He wanted to not get his jaw broken. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what he didn't want to have.
I'm saying it wasn't going well already. Him and Portis were going back and forth with playtime. He wants to play more, all this stuff. And then on top of that, he gets a broken jaw. It just did not end well in Chicago. And I know they were buddy-buddy after that, whatever, for the cameras. I prefer Bobby Portis to play. Yeah, no, of course.
Guy wants to murder
Absolutely.
him.
And, like, I'm totally, like, if Portis was playing and this was in Chicago, it'd be the nut spot. And that, maybe, hopefully that happens. I don't know what the schedule is. But either way,
hopefully, I'm
willing to take a chance on Mirotic in tournaments, right? At 8-3, little pivot action. Just hope that he's the guy that has, like, a Klay Thompson game where, like, they blow out the Bulls horribly and it's because he put up 60 himself, just fucking draining away.
Hell yes. He's going to get a double-double.
Yes.
Just mark it in the book.
Yes.
That's happening.
Yes.
He's going to hit threes. Like,
yes.
Like, yes. I love this guy, man.
You can't tell me that people in the locker room aren't, even if Mirotic doesn't say anything about it, you can't tell me people in the locker room aren't in the back of their mind saying, this is the guy that got his jaw broke in Chicago. Like, you know what I'm saying? And, like,
And AD isn't right.
Yeah.
The man is hurt.
Yeah, he's playing
He's
hurt.
not right. All you got to do is just watch him. Yeah. He's not right.
Right. I'm digging that, man.
Oh, I love that guy.
Yeah, I'm digging that right now.
I mean, who if you had to pick one player for your team and you needed a power forward, who do you take right now? You take Mirotic or Portis?
Right now, I take Mirotic.
Yep. It's easy for me. Yeah. Mirotic is a far superior player to Portis.
Oh yeah.
I don't even think it's close.
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely. And we're seeing that, right? Like, even when Portis was healthy, he had some good games, but he was not doing anything nearly as consistent as Mirotic.
And he don't have no Drew Holiday, and he doesn't have no AD.
Yeah.
You don't. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. this kid's a star, and I got him really wrong. Like last year, I was like, man, this kid is gonna be terrible
Yeah,
because he's gonna have nobody get him open shots.
right.
But he was balling last year in Chicago as
He
well.
was. He was. Whenever he got the minutes, and now he's getting them. I do like that. And then I think Wiggins at 6K on DraftKings. If Butler is out against the Lakers, another bad defensive team, I think that's a really good spot. Just from a price perspective, he's cheap enough, and hope the usage could potentially be there. Obviously, that with Derrick Rose, still another mouth to feed there, but 6K, the price is starting to come down to a reasonable amount. Shoots well, it could be in for a good game. And I'm with you on Bielitsa. What's Bielitsa going to be matched up? If Bielitsa plays the 4, he's going to be matched up against Serge Ibaka or Siakam. And then if it's not, he's playing the 3, which would potentially see Kawhi Leonard if he plays. It doesn't seem to be the best spot for a guy like Bielitsa this week.
Yeah, especially when he's come back down to normal.
Yes,
like he was just balling out of control.
Yes, absolutely. Jabari Parker, you son of a bitch. You're just on every slate that I talk about. Jabari Parker is on it. He's playing New Orleans, right? Like, this guy is...
How much is he?
He's 5'8", like he was
5'4"?
against the
5'8",
Knicks.
6'8".
Went to double OT and still could not hit tournament value. Just like, something is...
Not even close.
Not even close. And like, here's the part that sucks, is like, LaVine is in a really tough spot here. Like, LaVine has been playing well. The usage is great, but he's going to have Drew Holiday on him a lot of that game. That's not an easy spot. So somebody's got to step up. Right now, it looks like Wendell Carter is going to be that guy, because that's the guy that has been doing it. But either these guys are going to get their teeth kicked in, which I think is the reasonable expectation on the road in New Orleans, or one of Jabari and or Carter is really going to have to step up big time. And like, I don't see how they really don't get blown out. Like, I think that New Orleans has to be playing horrible offensively for that to happen. But Jabari Parker, man, that dude has been killing me, man. Like, what happened to this dude, man? When he played for Milwaukee, there were games where he was playing with Big D and would go for 50. Like, what happened to this dude? Why is he playing like such a bitch?
And he has had his knee tore up, I think 3 times now. I think once in high school, and then once in college, and then once in NBA or something. It's been a few times.
So you think he's...
I don't know, man. I always thought it was a little overrated.
Yeah.
But you go out and play 40 minutes against Houston and get a 14,
yeah.
Dude, like...
Something's wrong.
You should just quit. Like...
I mean, look. We should have known from gate. We know how the Bulls feel about Portis. They've tried everything not to start that guy. And when they announced before the season, after signing Jabari Parker in the offseason, that Jabari Parker's coming off the bench, I think that was like kind of telling. They gave the starting job to a rookie at center, and then Bobby Portis. I think that was kind of telling of what they thought of Jabari Parker. Anyway, take us down to Value Town. Cash, what do you see?
Eton Moore, he's going to play a ton of minutes. He used to play for Chicago as well, so I mean, there's a little revenge there. If he's hitting his shots, he could be very good. If he's not, he could get you single digits and really suck. But he is going to play big minutes if he's usually. I mean, he didn't play big minutes last game. Bogdanovich is kind of the same situation. I have a feeling that maybe they try to hide. I don't know. It's just such a mismatch. Like, hide J.J. Redick on this guy and try to get Covington on Oladipo when they can. But, I mean, he's so much bigger than J.J. Redick. But he's been playing decent his last couple of games. He's going to play roughly around 30 minutes. He's 4'6" against Philadelphia, who is god-awful at defense right now. Don't mind that at all. I could say the same for Tyreek Evans, except he's not going to get the minutes. He just has way more upside. They're both the same exact price. He's been killing me recently. Like, I've been expecting way more. I don't know. I love the guy because I know the upside is just massive, but he's only 4'6", definitely only tournament play. Royce O'Neal, you could go there if old boy is out. Whatever the hell his name is, Ingles. But I'd much rather play Crowder. Hazonia, if Hardaway's out again, he's probably going to get somewhere close to 30 minutes maybe, and he's 4'2". The guy can put up points. My favorite, especially on FanDuel, is Glenn Robinson III. He's 3'8". He is a tremendous punt on FanDuel. He moved into the starting lineup because Stanley Johnson is awful. He played 30 minutes. He put up 25 fantasy points. I don't think he goes back to the bench. Stanley Johnson is awful. Newsflash. I hope Glenn Robinson should start again. He's 3'8". Great punt on FanDuel. Love it. That's probably it, unless you want to play Dorian Finney-Smith. I played him today. Been playing 25, 27, 28 minutes, but it is Utah. But he's only 3'6". You get to get rid of it if he sucks.
Yes. On DraftKings, it's not pretty, man. Under 5K over here. Terrence Ross, obviously, you talked about him at shooting guard. He's definitely in play with, assuming that, what's his name is out. I think he is out again, Isaac. After that, man, it's pretty rough down here. I think that Hazonia at 3'9", like you said, if Hardaway is out, is definitely in play against the Hawks. I would love that, in fact. I do think Hardaway is going to play. Obviously, Hardaway felt like he could play, and the coach just said, like, oh, okay, that's cool, so we'll call you available, but I'm not playing you because I don't think we need to play you, and we don't need to win anyway. You know what I'm saying? But
if Hardaway plays, you don't like him at all? Like
a little bit.
Even if Hardaway plays, he could play 20 minutes.
He could.
And it's Atlanta.
And it is Atlanta. And, like, I could get down on that. Obviously, it's not as exciting as Hardaway being out. But the other part of the other piece of the puzzle is Kevin Knox is also back. I know he only played 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's right. He's back.
But, like, I've read they're going to ease him in. So I still think Hazonia will play some. But when Kevin Knox, it's just going to eat in. They're going to eat into
and
each
Trier played really well, too, so...
Right.
He could eat into those minutes as well.
Yes. If Trier doesn't start and he's on the second unit, that could also eat in usage. Now maybe Hazonia's not taking so many shots because Trier's taking some of those shots. So it gets a little more confusing, I think. I mean, one thing we could agree on with the Knicks situation is Cantor could just go into God mode like he did in that last game, right? Like
anytime, any day, yes, sir. He is a god for sure.
All right, let's move it over to power forwards, Cash. What do you see about 5K minute?
Blake Griffin. The guy is unbelievable. If he didn't foul out, he was going to go nuclear, but he did. And then Drummond got to do it. But the guy is just on another level. Like, he's going out, scoring 25 to 30 points, grabbing 15 rebounds, 6 or 7 assists. You know he can block shots. You know he can get steals. Blake Griffin is on another level.
Let me ask you a question.
I think it has to do maybe with health.
What are they going to do when Aaron... They don't have Isaac. What are they going to do when Aaron Gordon gets 3 fouls in the first quarter trying to cover Blake Griffin like he did against Tobias Harris? Like, what are they going to do?
I mean, play Mo Bamba at power forward.
Mo Bamba.
But, I mean, this Blake Griffin it's so fun to watch. Like, the guy is unreal. He's just been unhealthy. I mean, it's probably going to happen again. He always gets hurt, but it's just so fun to watch him. He's 9'6". I mean, it's a big slate. He was way lower on than he should have been last game, and he was my second favorite play on the entire slate behind Russell Westbrook. I loved him to death, and I guess nobody else did. But there was not a soul in Miami that could guard him. Like Olynyk, Winslow, please. Aaron Gordon cannot guard Blake Griffin. Nobody on the Orlando Magic can guard Blake Griffin. He is on another level. Just play great Blake Griffin on the daily. Every day, I don't care if he's 9'6". I don't care if he's 10K. I don't give a shit. Play Blake Griffin. He's unbelievable. The magician pulled the act, bruh. He got behind the curtain. He hid there. He stayed there against the Orlando Magic, dude. Like the Orlando Magic, you play 33 minutes. You do nothing. The magician, man. He did the same thing against the Phoenix freaking Suns, but at least he only played 23 minutes there. You sorry bastard. I despise you, dude. I despise people with all this talent to just get behind curtains and disappear. This guy just disappeared against the Orlando Magic. Did absolutely zero. Watch Blake Griffin tomorrow. Blake Griffin is going to dominate these motherfuckers. Go back and watch LaMarcus Aldridge. Sit behind his little curtain with his little rabbit in his hand because he's a fucking magician. This guy sucks balls. God damn, I hate you. And I never want to play him because I don't know if he's going to go get a 19 or if he's going to go get a 60. You suck, dude. Wendell Carter against New Orleans. Dude is 7'4". He's probably 5K on DK because he never seems to get over 5K, 5'1". Played him on DK. On FanDuel, I don't know if I could pay 7'4".
He's 6'2" on DraftKings.
Oh my God! Congratulations, DraftKings. You raised him $1,000. It's about fucking time. Kyle Kuzma is probably gonna go get you a 30. If Kawhi is out again, Serge Ibaka could just dominate here. Like the guy could go for 50 again. He's playing unbelievable. Sabonis, like, oh, I hope this Indiana coach is recognizing how much better he is. Thaddeus Young. I mean, that's not even. I mean. How is Thaddeus Young playing 30 minutes and this guy's been playing 21? Sabonis is far superior to Turner, to everybody on this freaking team except Oladipo. And I'll go to it again. The Orlando Magic traded him and Oladipo for Serge Ibaka. These two guys are the best players on this team. Sabonis is a freaking all-star. I'm telling you, this kid is so good. And nobody knows how good he is. No, let me take that back. A few people that actually know how good he is. This kid is so freaking good, and Russell Westbrook killed that. The guy was in Oklahoma City just doing absolutely nothing. Come to Indiana, it took me all of 3 games to be like last year to be like, oh my God, this kid is a freaking unreal. Love him. He's 6K. He might only play 21 minutes again, but good God, he got 30 the last game. If he gets 30 here against Philly, watch out. The guy can go absolutely ham. Love that kid. Oh, I love to watch him play. He's so freaking good. Siakam, man, there's so many options on this slate. Siakam, only if Kawhi is out. If Kawhi is in, hell no. Grant is probably a no for me because Westbrook isn't out there. I prefer him with Westbrook, but he's decent. But Vonleh, yeah, buddy. As long as Vonleh can keep his hands to himself, and he's playing the Atlanta Hawks, so that should definitely happen because they blow. There's no Collins. If Collins was playing, he would probably get 5 fouls in 5 minutes.
Right.
But Collins isn't playing. The kid in game 1 of the season, he only played 16 minutes, got a double-double. He's going to play over 30 here. 5'3", sign me the hell up. Yes, please. He can go get you a 40. Believe that. Love that. That's it. Magician, you suck.
Yes. Obviously, Anthony Davis up top, very appealing, very good spot. It's got the blowout factor in mind. Kind of prefer to go to Mirotic, but obviously he's in a nut spot. Blake Griffin, I like it, man. Aaron Gordon could not contain Tobias Harris when they played, and I think that he's going to find himself in a similar situation here against Blake Griffin, against Orlando. Obviously, we talked about some of these guys as small forward. Aldridge, 7'9", man. I do think Winslow is undersized to be guarding these guys like Blake and LMA, but we also know that there's a weakness against Miami at the point guard position. I mean, I could do it. Like, I know I always prefer, DeRozan, I feel like, is just going to give you more of a floor always. Like, you kind of know what to expect. LMA's floor is ridiculously low for his talent, but I have to acknowledge at 7'9", he is appealing at this position, but it is very loaded. You talked about Kuzma is 5'9", but it just seems like he's automatically going to get you at least a 30. When in any given day he can go for that 40. So he always seems to be in play. We talked about Jay Crowder, who should get a usage bump especially if Ingles is out. Ibaka and Siakam have just been playing out of their minds. They've been playing so well. Ibaka is shooting so damn well. Like, I don't even know what's going on with this guy. He's just shooting extremely well. Both those guys, if Kawhi Leonard out, are in play against Sacramento, and they're also the reason that Bielitsa is not so great of a play, at least the way I'm looking at it now. And then, like you said, man, Sabonis, dude, like, centers have been going off against Philly, and I just don't think Miles Turner is that kind of guy. If there ever was a spot, maybe it's this one, but I lean towards Sabonis. Sabonis is the one who got 30 minutes against Houston in a close game. I'm hoping that it's just the start, that they're starting to realize that this guy is a lot better. And I would love to see him get a shot against Embiid. Obviously, with Joel Embiid, I'm going to be worried about foul trouble for a guy like Sabonis. I'm definitely worried about foul trouble. But if he can stay out of foul trouble, he could certainly smash offensively. I'm not worried about that aspect. I'm just worried about him trying too hard on defense to cover a guy that's very hard to cover and is very strong. And I'm worried about him picking up some foul trouble, kind of like he did against Boston, where he picked up 5 fouls, and in the Knicks, where he picked up 6. So if he can keep his hands to himself, kind of like Vonleh, the upside is definitely there for the matchup. Both guys are in the same position. Don't foul, and you're in a really good spot. Difference is Vonleh's less likely to do it because there's really no power forward we're worried about. Whereas we have a little bit of a problem here with Sabonis and Embiid. But I'll always play Sabonis over Turner. I just can't stand Turner. I just can't. Even there'll be games where in the first half.
I can't stand guys that suck.
Dude, he'll have 25 in the first half and finish with like 29. Like that's just the kind of guy Turner is. Like he's also the magician type. You know what I'm saying? He magicians just for a hobby. You know what I'm saying? He does it on the side part time.
I mean, and people like especially young people don't know the genes that Sabonis comes from. His father was an unbelievable player. He just came to the NBA when he was a little older and his knees were bad. He played for Portland. Oh my God. Most people don't even know how good his father was. His father was one of the best players ever as far as a big man, but nobody got to see it because he played overseas, and when he came here, his knees was bad. But yeah, he comes from genes. Believe that.
Believe that. Take us on the Value Town, Cash. What do you see down there?
Olynyk, if Whiteside is out, he's in play. They're going to need his size. Taj Gibson, I like at 4'9". I'm scared that he can get run off the court with how the Lakers play, but he did almost play 30 minutes the last time. He's a 4'9" could play over 30 minutes, can go get you a 40 at 4'9". I'm down with that. Always. Dario Saric, you suck. You're no Sabonis, I'll tell you that. Trey Lyles, I think is decent play, especially if Millsap having to sit. And that's it. I don't need to come down here to none of this horse shit because I love me some centers up top. Power forwards up top.
Yeah, man. There's a lot to like up there. Power forward, one of the more loaded positions on the night. Chalk Larry Nance, right? It's got to be Chalk Larry Nance. Maybe they don't announce him as a starter. Here's the thing that I don't want to... I got to look into this. But Nance, even in the game against Orlando where Decker only played 14 minutes... Nance only played 14 minutes also. So who the hell played? Channing Frye didn't play. So who the hell played those extra minutes?
Played really small.
They must have went real small.
I can't do it.
I'm assuming that Chetty went down to the 4?
I don't know, man. He could go out and play well, but I can't do it. Like I can't.
What if they say he's starting? What if they announce him as the starter? Well, first of all, what's his price? First of all, what's his price on FanDuel?
He's 4'8". Dude.
Hey. He's 4'6" on DraftKings, my man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand he's gonna be chalk, but
I know, I feel you.
If he starts,
if he's announced as a starter before,
he's gonna be crazy.
Chalk, and I would just, y'all can have that shit. I'll lose, man. If he goes off, which I just can't see, but if he does, just congratulations. I tip my hat, I bow to you, whatever. I'll move on, bro. I'm cool, man. Can't play a guy who's gonna go to 13 minutes against the Magic and get 9 fantasy points.
Oh man! Aside from him, who I will strongly consider tomorrow, depending on the news we get, there's no lock that he's starting. They wanted. I don't know what the deal is if they're worried about him getting hurt, but there's no lock. There's no lock he's gonna play more than 10. No, there's no lock, even with injuries. But I'm going to keep an eye on the news, and I will consider him if I feel like he's going to get a full run. I think I think he could be good chalk if he gets the full run. But that's a big fucking.
Who is better? Who is better on the Cleveland Cavaliers than him with Love out?
Oh, nobody. Nobody. Not one person. Not one person on the team.
So how is the guy playing 9 minutes? I don't understand.
I don't know. And I don't get it, especially because in the beginning of the year they were playing him right? 17, 20, 28, 23,
Yeah.
and then they just
And
that was it.
supposedly they fired their coach to get young guys.
Yeah.
in. He's young.
Yep.
Last time I checked.
Yep. There's got to be a reason that that this is happening. Like he is coming back from an injury, so like there's got to be a reason that like okay, he was way too sore after that 28-minute game.
Oh yeah, there's a reason. You want to know the reason? They want to lose every single game they play.
True that.
That's the reason.
True that. I can see that. Yes. I can see that. Yes. Let's move it over to centers, Cash. Talk to me about centers. Go all the way through. We don't got to break this up. What do you see over at center?
I see another loaded ass position. Andre Drummond, dude could go get you 25 and 25 tomorrow. Not just 20 and 20. He almost got a 20, 25 the last couple games, I think. It's Vucevic, man. Just continue. Any center against Vucevic, they want to put Mo Bamba in. He would just eat that little skinny, scrawny fuck alive. He's just such a better play than Embiid at 11-3. He's 9'6". Love him. Karl Anthony Towns just went ballistic against the Lakers last time. Gets to go to L.A. I mean, maybe he crawls up into a ball and cries because he's a bitch in the lights. But if Butler isn't playing, dude, like, you talk about upside, man. He's got it. I love that. I also love Rudy Gobert. He damn near put up a 60 against DeAndre Jordan. Centers just continue to eat Dallas as well. All three of them. Love all three of them. I don't know how in the hell I'm going to choose one tomorrow on FanDuel. But man, oh man. Andre Drummond, Karl Anthony Towns, Rudy Gobert are just, they make me cream. I'm just so, yeah, I love those. JaVale McGee is probably a no because they got
Wilson Chandler.
So he's gonna eat into those minutes a little bit. He's 7'5" on FanDuel. I mean, he's probably freaking 5K on DK because what is DK doing? Who the hell knows? Enes Kanter, he's playing Atlanta. If Hardaway is out again and he comes in and balls, like he's just not gonna take him off the court and he can go for 60 just like he just did. I would love to play Randall, but I don't play guys that get under 30 minutes at 7'2". I'll pass. Bam Adebayo, you sorry bastard. I needed you to bust, and you didn't do great, but you damn sure didn't bust, you sorry asshole. I hope and pray that Whiteside is out, and then everybody can come here. Please, everybody, go to Bam Adebayo, because I will go up and I will mash him because he does not have 70-point upside like these other three guys up there. Tristan Thompson, that's a big hell no against Steven Adams. Like, why? That don't even need to come look down here. It's Andre Drummond, Karl Anthony Towns, Rudy Gobert. Yeah, that's it.
Oh, yeah. No, I love it up top, man. It's definitely... Embiid is 11-4 on DraftKings, man. 11-4.
I'll pass.
That's insane. Now, don't get me wrong. Embiid's having a phenomenal year, but 11-4 is steep.
But I think Andre Drummond, Cat could definitely outscore him.
Oh yeah. Easily. No, absolutely.
They're way
if you can get the 60 cheaper, you take the 60 cheap as you can get it. I mean, absolutely, man. Drummond in a phenomenal spot once again. I think Blake is too. These something we have to pay attention to. Karl Anthony Towns, if Butler is out, in a phenomenal spot. JaVale McGee, not really a good perimeter defender, nor is Tyson Chandler. I know they went out and got him. That should be pretty funny to see. I could consider Willie Cauley-Stein. I don't hate it. I know the minutes you're kind of playing the game there, but Toronto that has been one place they've struggled is against bigs, and it's because like number one, Joe Val's not the greatest defender, but at least he's big. But after Joe Val, they don't have a center. You know, yeah, exactly. They don't have a center. They're playing Ibaka at the 5. So Ibaka has been playing well, but. And I do like Ibaka as well, but I think Cauley-Stein is an interesting spot. Don't love the price at 6'7", but I do like the game.
I would love to play Jonas Valanciunas too.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, I said it with Randall. Like he's getting even less minutes.
Yeah.
Like he might not even step on the court for 20.
Yeah.
He could go for 40 fantasy points in 20 minutes. Like he could get 2 points a minute, but. I mean, you got to guess with this. I don't know. I'm not down to guess the game. This guy hasn't played more than 24 minutes all year. Yeah. Like, why? I don't get it. I don't understand.
I don't know. Even when he starts.
You remember Like you remember in the playoffs, like 2 years ago, the guy was on the court for long periods of time. It's not like he can't get on the court. He can play 30 minutes, but whatever, dude. I don't know. I mean, this is the second coach that just doesn't play him. I don't
either. It gotta be. I guess some days see that we don't. I don't know. That is going to do it for the position-by-position breakdown. At this point, I'm going to remind everybody, if you haven't already checked us out at ystate.com, go over to do yourself a favor. Put up a new video on the YouTube channel. It's also on the YState website, kind of showing you guys how to use the content that we put out. If you're interested in our NBA content, man, get yourself a day pass. Try us out. $2.50 gets you in. Come see what we end up on tomorrow. You'll get access to CashinDFS's tournament article. You'll get access to BK Bourne's cash game article. The expert poll has been awesome. We're going to release that as well with some of our newcomers, Stevie Brown and Thunder Dan. Probably going to be on the expert poll. Get to know them. These guys are awesome. Of course, the Y stream, 2 hours before lock. And last but not least, Paulie D's cheat sheets will be up. It is a large slate, so a lot to come. It's a great time to come check us out and see what we're on to tomorrow after we've done our research. YState.com, day pass, $2.50. Once you try us out, listen, you don't get access to our Slack chat with that. So to get access to the Slack chat, you got to be a monthly member or higher. And so I recommend, if you do get the day pass and you like what you see, which I know you will, I do recommend that you upgrade to the monthly plan or higher and get your ass into the Slack chat, because that's where the real shit goes down. That's where the real nation lives and breathes and chops up the slate every single night. So make sure you get up in there. Cash, let's do some top threes and we'll get up out of here, man. Top 3 point guards.
Patty Mills, Derrick Rose, and it's really close between George Hill and Mac. But I'll say George Hill.
I like it. I'll go with. I'm going to mention Kyle Lowry. Obviously, prefer it if Kawhi Leonard is out again, but I'll go with Lowry there. After that, I have to roll with you on Patty Mills, man. Just too good of a situation to pass up. And then I'll go with my dude Fox. More of a hoping and praying situation against Toronto, though. I understand. Shooting guards, what do you got?
There's easy. The next one is hard. I really like DeRozan. I really like Oladipo. I will say, man, oh man, I don't know, dude. Shit. I will say Oladipo, and then Terrence Ross.
I'm gonna go with that Huter guy, Hutor. For value, assuming that Prince is out again, I will go with Victor Oladipo, and I'll go with THJ, Tim Hardaway Jr. Small forwards.
Mirotic is easy, and you can play Mirotic and fade the whole entire rest of the game if you think it's going to blow out, because I hope that coach just leaves him on the court just so he can just rub it in their face how good he is and just go for 60 while they win by 25. That'd be awesome. Love that guy. Then it's Glenn Robinson III. Give me that. Give me all of that. And then it's Jay Crowder.
Jay Crowder all day. I will go with Paul George, of course. I'll get him out the way. After that, I think I will use DeMar DeRozan here. And I will roll with you on what's his name? You literally just said his name. Crowder.
Glenn Robinson III. Oh, Crowder.
Power forwards.
Blake Griffin. Gives me wood. Love Blake Griffin. Noah Vonleh. I love that to death. The guy's going to go for 40 tomorrow. And then it comes down to Taj Gibson or Sabonis. And damn. I don't know. I need more than 3. I'll say Taj Gibson, but man, I love Sabonis.
Yes, I'll go with I like the Blake call. I think it'll be low owned too because of his price. I'll go with LMA, and then I I want to say Siakam. Obviously, we need injuries to happen for that, but I'll go with Siakam. Even though he's 5'2", don't love the price. Centers, what you got over there?
Real super duper easy. I see nobody else. There's no other names here. It is Karl Anthony Towns. It is Andre Drummond. It is Rudy Gobert. I see nobody else.
I'm with you, man. I'm going to sub out Gobert for Carly Stein just to be a little different, but I'm with you, bro. I don't see nobody else. Centers all day. Beast mode. Drummond. Beast mode. Karl Anthony Towns. Beast mode. He took off the P hat. P hat is off.
No. Oh, best believe. I love Karl Anthony Towns today. He's one of my favorite players on the entire slate. You best believe Karl Anthony Towns is going to curl up in the ball tomorrow. You better believe
yes,
it.
He
I'll
is.
that shit down. I promise.
Yes, he is. Yo, as you said that, Paulie texted me, and he was like, is Cash touting Cat?
Oh, yeah. He's going to curl up in the ball tomorrow and get in a little corner over there. Yeah, that's what's going to happen. But, man, oh, man, I love him.
Oh, you changed, man. You changed.
I want the Butler news early. Like I love that Jimmy Butler gets to decide when he's gonna play. You got to go read this little bird.
Yeah.
Like it's hilarious.
Yeah, he's upset about the loss.
Yeah, it's so freaking funny. Oh man, it's. He said, "I'm not worried about tomorrow. I'm not worried about the next day. I'm just worried about this loss." It's to decide when he's gonna play and when he's not. It's the greatest. Like this guy makes millions and millions and millions upon millions of dollars, and I don't feel like it today, Coach. I'm really sad about that last loss to the Clippers. I don't know. I can't go.
It just didn't do enough, and I just feel horrible. That is going to do it for the Why Say DFS podcast. If you're watching on YouTube, please click that thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, make sure you hit the notifications bell. This way you are notified whenever we do one of these awesome podcasts or any other free DFS content that we do. We do a lot of it. We cover a lot of different sports here. If you're watching us on Facebook, give us a like and a share to support the nation. If you're watching us on Twitch or Twitter, give us a follow, give us a retweet. And if you're listening to us on Podbean or iTunes, give us some 5-star reviews. Help bump us up those charts. All these things go a long way with us. They really, really help us out. We appreciate every one of it. So if you're a fan of the show, all we ask is you show a little bit of love, show a little bit of support, and do the damn thing, the likes and all that good shit. Cash, closing before we get up out of here.
Yeah, man. Going over this slate makes my dang rise. I'm in full attention. Going over this motherfucker. I love this slate.
Is that full attention?
I love this slate.
The dang is at full attention right now, guys. It's a great. You better get over to whitestick.com now, man. You're gonna want to see this man. You're gonna want to see the man. He's gonna be powered by the wood tomorrow. He's gonna be powered by the wood when he's writing that article tomorrow. Make sure you come check us out. Don't miss anything. Don't miss CashinDFS article tomorrow because this thing is a rockin'. I can hear it thumping on a desk right now. You hear that? I can hear it. It's just dang. I can hear it right now. For CashinDFS, for myself, and CashinDFS's thing, and the entire Wise Take Nation, as always, good luck.
Dang.
Yeah.